Meet the boss again.
Hey, welcome to Red.
Thank you very much. How are you?
Can I get a hug?
Absolutely,
Oh,
always.
So good to see you. Thanks so much for coming to the Red office.
Absolutely.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Beautiful
Yeah.
day out there.
It's
Happy
awesome.
to have you. And we're going, right?
Yeah.
I think we're live. This
We
is
are,
awesome.
yeah, here we go. It's quite a setup, isn't it?
It
Fancy
is.
here at Red.
It is. Pause to the port connection. That's it.
Oh, okay. Wow.
We're back in it.
Wow. Look at you with Johnny Ive looking out at you.
I know.
Here we are.
I finally have a head that's bigger than mine.
Exactly,
So this is
exactly. Oh my gosh, and I've got Mark Newsom too. So anyway, well, thank you so much for joining us. I want to talk just a little bit before we get into our conversation about something that we're really proud of at Red, and it's called our Reducator program. So this is something we thought about a couple of years ago as a way of bringing new voices into Red, and this is about actors, activists, a bunch of different people who we have been so fortunate to be working with. People like Dio Kane, Damson Idris, these amazing actors,
Totally.
Lexi Underwood,
Totally.
Phoebe Robinson, the fabulous comedian, the one and only Javier Munoz, and Chef Hung Tai Mi. So we have a great group. And what I'm really excited about today is breaking news that our newest Reducator is actually the first one from the sports field. Mr. Carl Nassib, who is, thank you, we have an audience. Our newest Reducator. So, I know that last week was a big coronation on the other side of the pond. I'd like to think that we're, appointing a new king of Red in Carl Nassib. So thank you
Absolutely.
for that.
It's my pleasure. I'm very,
Thank you for
very
joining
happy to be
us.
part of it. Yeah, absolutely. Totally.
And I'm really excited about this. I'm excited. I'm a huge sports fan. I'm a big Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan. So we've got, we're just really excited about what opportunities we have, Carl, because not only are you an incredible athlete, but you're also changing up the world of philanthropy. So I'd love to talk to you a little bit about that.
Absolutely.
So for everybody who's following us, obviously Red is all about engaging companies in the fight, and also really important and smart creative voices. And that's what the Reducator program is all about. But what I'm really excited about is bringing sports into it, bringing the NFL into it, and all of the opportunities that brings us. But we'll get into that in a minute.
100%.
So can we start with what I was just mentioning about philanthropy? You have this incredible app. We're very happy to be on it. Do you want to talk a little bit about Rayze?
Yeah, Rayze is a company I launched last year on the App Store. It's probably the coolest thing I've ever done. What we try to do is connect nonprofits to the next generation of philanthropists. Every year for the last 20 years, there's been a decrease in donors and a decrease in volunteers. After COVID, America lost 25% of its volunteers. So what we try to do is remove those hurdles, make it a fun, positive experience for everybody involved. We make it fun to donate, volunteer, and share about the things you're passionate about. And it's going really well. We have amazing partners like Red, we have amazing partners like the Trevor Project, like the United Way. It's just absolutely amazing to talk to so many people about things that they're passionate about. When you get to work with nonprofits, you get to work with people who are of service to other people. It's like they're the most passionate people I've gotten to work with. So when you talk to the football players, they're the most goal-oriented, passionate people as well. So I feel like there's just so many similarities with the work ethic, the mission, the promise, and it's been going awesome.
And you're making it really easy for everybody, right?
100%,
Like I think
yeah,
what I
that's the
love
point.
about the app is you can just go on and you can find these different opportunities.
Totally.
And to your point about fundraising, I mean, we've seen that. Every nonprofit out there has seen the challenges of fundraising.
Yeah.
And I think, especially when it comes to volunteering, being able to come together and do things, I think now is the time. I feel like every time I go to an event, it's like everybody is so happy to be out and together again.
100%.
And
yes.
I think volunteering is a great way of doing that too.
We do our Saturdays events, and we just pick up garbage in different cities. And it's the most fun. Like, we picked up garbage for 2 hours in the rain, and I had so much fun. And it's just like getting out and being of service to others. The mental health benefits too are just 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
And you make new friends with people. You get introduced to people that you never would have crossed paths, and you realize you have so much in common with them because they're there helping out too.
Exactly. And the difference that it makes, I mean, I know that there's a volunteering group. I actually have to check. I live on the Upper West Side, and there's this group that gets together and pick up trash in like a 10-block radius. And you see them all around. And it's it's great because then also like the neighborhood looks great.
100%.
And so of the app. So congratulations
Thank you
on
very
that.
much.
And really excited to be part of it. I also want to talk a little bit about your journey.
Sure.
I think we have something in common with Penn State.
Let's go.
We are. And so can you just talk a little bit about your journey to the NFL?
Sure. So I had kind of an unusual journey to the NFL. I played 7 years in the NFL, played in over 100 NFL games. I was the captain of the Buccaneers at one point, and I just very, very lucky to have the career that I've had and to continue that. So when I was in high school, I never started a game. I don't know if there's any high school,
Seriously?
never once. Yeah. So
I find that hard to believe.
I was a backup all 4 years, and I ended up walking on at Penn State. And then I was a backup again for another 4 years.
This is like the Michael Jordan story. Didn't he also, he got cut
Oh my
from
God,
his
please,
team, I
yeah,
think.
well, yeah, but
You're like
you know, also
the
travel team or something. No, nothing like that. That is embarrassing to even like compare that apples and oranges there.
Come on.
Yeah, so, and then I didn't start into my senior year at Penn State, and that's where
Wow.
I was a unanimous All-American, set this single season sack record, and it was so much fun. I mean, Penn State Stadium is the most electric stadium
Beaver
of all
Stadium.
time. Beaver Stadium, Happy Valley, let's go.
Let's go. I'm going to the Whiteout game this year.
Yeah, and then I got drafted to Cleveland, and we were absolutely incredible. We went 1-31, and
Good
it was
stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah,
That's going to be a really fun job.
yeah, and luckily we bounced back, and I say we and himself, and then we went to Tampa Bay, and then Vegas, and back to Tampa Bay, and here we are.
Here we are.
Yeah, it's been awesome.
And tell me a little bit about, what it takes to be what you do, what it takes to do what you do. I
Sure.
have to imagine, you just
Sure.
talked about being goal-oriented.
Yeah.
I have to imagine that being an NFL player, that takes it's a different type.
Yeah, I agree. And there's a couple things. You can expel energy in all different directions you want going there, right? So you have to be very pointed with how you spend your time, who you spend it with, and that's the point of goals. So if you're a goal-oriented person, you're always striving for something, and that's kind of how I got to where I am, but also keep your goals kind of quiet, because sometimes people don't want to see you achieve them. Sometimes people want to drag you down. So have that quiet, humble mentality of achieving small goals every day. Like, you can set everyday goals, you can set life goals, and you just get in a habit of achieving milestones, and that really has a snowball effect, and you blink and it's 5 years later and you've had so much progress. So being that goal-oriented and then surrounding yourself with the best people possible is kind of how I operate.
Well, I don't know if I can be as goal-oriented when it comes to the physical side like you, but I do get it from a red perspective, right? We've got goals, we've got things,
Yes.
that we're
Yes.
trying to do as well.
Absolutely.
We've got to generate millions and millions and millions of dollars for this fight, and doing it with the biggest companies in the world. And I think, to your point, you've got to set those goals. You've got to think really big. I know for a while everybody's talking about manifesting, right? But
Yeah,
like you do,
100%,
you've got to set big goals for yourself, and then push the team, which is what we do here at Red, to make sure we're getting there. And so it's people like you that are helping us do that. So I'm really, really grateful for you. I know we had dinner last week. I hope there will be more dinners in store in the future, and just lots of fun, because that's what this is about. You're changing up philanthropy, and we've got big things that we've got to do. So I'm really looking forward to doing it together. And so thank you for that.
Absolutely. I'm really, really excited to be part of Red. Coming out 2 years ago, I've been met with more love and support than I think anybody else has. And the allyship that I've experienced over the last 2 years has been amazing. And I'm excited to be an ally to other people now. And that's kind of how I view philanthropy. I also say empathy and philanthropy and allyship kind of all go together. I think that philanthropy and allyship are just empathy in action, right? Where you feel so deeply for what somebody else is going through, even though you have no life experience like that. But you want to go out, you want to show up, you want to support, you want to celebrate these people. So that's why I'm here. That's why I'm excited to learn more. There's so much I need to learn.
Yeah.
So I'm brand new. Obviously, this is the announcement. So this is an amazing opportunity for me personally. I feel like there's a lot I can do. There's a huge value exchange, and I'm excited to get started.
It's a really good point about the empathy thing, right? I feel like if more people had empathy, this world would not be where we are, right? Like we need it, and we need to put each other in each other's shoes and think about it in that way. And I actually did want to just pick up on something you just mentioned, because the fact that you came out as an NFL player, And then the response that you've had, I never would have guessed that. I would have
I
thought
knew
the
it was
haters.
gonna be great.
You did.
I did, yeah.
I
I know,
Amazing.
yeah, no, I had a good feeling about it, and I knew the people that were in my circle and my friends, I knew their character more than anything.
Yep.
And I wasn't surprised, I was delighted, but, you know, I wasn't 100% sure, right? There was always
Yeah.
that fear that it might not go my way.
Sure.
But a lot of people were shocked, but I really wasn't shocked. Yeah.
All right. Well, maybe there's hope for humanity
I
if
think
that's
there
the
is,
case.
yeah,
Right?
we've
Like,
come
I'm
such a
gonna
long way.
stick with it.
I was like, I stand on the shoulders of giants.
Yeah.
Like, the people that have come before me, who have paved this road, that have made it, like, okay for me to come out and me to live this life and do amazing things.
Yeah.
I need to carry that torch, and that's why I'm trying to inspire other people to get up, show up for other people as well.
Well, I have to imagine, and I think if more people know about your story, I do hope that you're certainly not the last, right?
Yeah.
That there are more that will follow,
I
and
think
as they do, they have that same positive experience.
100%.
I mean, that's like, that is definitely my hope. Which brings me to my last point, which is, we're getting ready to mark Pride, so, next month will be Pride Month. I think there might be something in store that you're doing with
Yeah.
us. I don't want to let it out of the bag yet,
Yeah,
but stay tuned, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
you're going to be doing some stuff.
definitely stay tuned. I'm going to be doing an amazing sit down with another educator who inspires me a lot, who I look up to, and I'm excited to talk about his story and everything that he's accomplished. And you might have seen him in Hamilton, and that's kind of all we'll tease in.
My favorite. I won't ask you to sing, but
Okay.
well.
I'll always say.
Anyway, well, thank you, Carl.
Thanks,
It's such a
Jen.
pleasure.
Yeah, I
I'm really
appreciate
looking forward to everything that we've got in store. So thanks for being here. Thanks for coming to Red.
Thanks, everybody. It's my first live. It's pretty cool. I hope
First,
you
but not
enjoyed
your
it. No
last.
idea who's on, but you guys have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you, Carl.
Yeah, of course. Oh, is that live still going too? You got multiple lives.
Yeah.
Hey, Red Live.